So 4 months ago, I quit my job to chase the dream of full-time self-employment. Just a man, an Xbox, a computer, an overrated YouTube, an investment portfolio, some skills, and a dream. And now it's February. Like we're kind of at a crossroads, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Some things are working and some things aren't. So let's talk about the wins, the losses, and where I can go from here. As promised, I'm going to be brutally 100% transparent on how I'm doing this, just to give you a realistic look at what it's like to do this for those of you who might be interested in leaving your job. So for those who may be new here, my goal for the end of the year is to make $5,000 per month completely self-employed. And this will be done through a combination of YouTube, freelance software engineering, dividends, consulting, and a couple other ways. Every month I'm going to do a breakdown of my earnings from all my income streams, like how I feel, the adjustments I need to make, and more. So I'm going to brutally share all this stuff. I'm not flexing at all here, as you'll see, and I'm just going to show you what it's like in the trenches. Overall, I have really mixed feelings for February. A couple good things, a couple bad things. Down viewership on YouTube, but I still added a few income streams that I'm proud of and looking to expand. So lots of stuff to unpack. I made this into a video series, kind of podcast thing called Road to Freedom or Road to Entrepreneurship. So hope you enjoy. Let's just dive right in. I'm going to get the boring yet beautiful one out of the way first. Dividends. I like to think of this as old reliable. Before leaving work, I acquired a multi-six-figure investment portfolio, and I count the dividends as part of my income. Now, dividends can be pretty boring, but it's the most passive and effective one I have because I currently do 0 hours of work every month on this. Like, although you could say this income stream was earned with over 6 years of working in corporate America, if anything, I just check in and make small tweaks to it once in a while. Also, another note, until I need to, which is not going to be for a little while, I'm currently reinvesting 100% of my dividends back into the portfolio every month just so I can keep building my dividend snowball. This is income just in case I need it. So my total earnings from dividends for February 2025 on the short month is $525. So there's not much to analyze here. This is fine. Usually March is a much better dividend month due to a lot of my ETFs paying out in March. So the only thing I really did here was buy more dividend ETFs. I purchased a little bit more SCHD, and this month I'm actually getting a check from my prior employer, which is a vested benefit that's a multi-five-figure amount in lump sum, and I'm planning on investing almost the entire thing, so I expect the dividend increase to go up in the coming months. All right, now let's talk about the big one, YouTube. This one stung a little bit. I'm going to be honest with everyone. February was my worst month since getting monetized. For the first time in months, I had single-digit earning days, and I knew this journey would be unpredictable, but seeing my income drop from $1,000 in December to what I'm about to show you is tough. So my YouTube income in February was $393. And I know what people are thinking. Like, why learn, bro? You still made almost $400 off YouTube, and that's like a dream to many people. And I get it, and I agree with you. It's just that, you get a little more into it when you don't have a full-time job to fall back on. So, forgive me for feeling more emotional over that. I will get a little bit more worked up about this huge decrease, especially given it's such a big decrease from prior months. I mean, even a decrease from the times when I was just, half-assing YouTube while in my 9-to-5 job. So let's break it down a little bit further. From AdSense, I had $384, and from donations, I got about $9 worth of donations from two fine young gentlemen, both on stream and in super chats. So much appreciated to both of you who supported me. So I'd shout out both of you. So obviously it was just very down month statistically, views, subscribers, everything. And what caused this, I would say, is that the viral videos that I had in the prior months kind of died off and stopped getting views. Like these channels would sustain me even on days when I didn't upload. And I just haven't had a big hit in a while. So that plays a role into it. There could be a possible YouTube algorithm change, like who knows. I do have a much lower baseline than before, but all I know is that I need to just keep going forward and keep making better videos. So the growth has slowed a lot. Like I also used to get 100 to 200 subs per day, and now that's back into the 20, 30, 40, 50 sub range. So hoping that this is just a temporary thing. We'll see. My strategy moving forward is that I just need to get better, need to improve click-through rate, need to make more engaging videos, and I've been trying, and a couple of my videos have been getting great numbers, and with a average view duration even over 50%. So really trying to hone in on these things to keep making better videos. My lesson learned here is to count on YouTube revenue in any way is a mistake, unless you're a very large YouTuber. And honestly, it's made me want to deprioritize YouTube a little bit because, my income next month for YouTube could be $300, could be $3,000 if I get a few hits. Like, I don't know, right? It's impossible to project. This is part of the reason I've actually been implementing some other things. So let's talk about my paid consult calls and some coaching calls. So this was an area I was actually super happy with. Like last month I launched consult calls, which just offered a way for viewers to get a hold of me and I can break down their problems and use my expertise to help them. And I advertised these through a few mentions in some of my more professional YouTube videos. And during February, I had a total of 6 calls at $50 a piece, so about $300. Then you take away some of the transaction fees, I made about $288 total from these. So I was very excited about this. I really enjoyed doing these calls and using my expertise to walk people through problems. A handful of them were career-oriented or computer science guys, or resume reviews, interview tips, job search strategy, and a few were about YouTube channel consulting or just strategies on starting or improving your channel in a variety of niches. So that was very cool as well. I want to just say this too, like when someone pays for my time, I put in 110%. Like I want to make sure you get more than the $50 that you put in. Like if this helps you land a job a week sooner or gets your channel monetized a month sooner, like it'll more than pay for the cost, the measly $50. So that's how I want to approach these. You get more than what you put in. Sometimes these calls are a little taxing for me because I really do sit down and go over your whole situation and research things that I'm seeing while just drawing on my experience. Because I really want to give you my full focus when you pay for my time. And obviously you'll get much more of my attention than just asking me a question in the email or the comments, right? So I'm going to keep the price the same for now. I want to keep them affordable. I've kind of told myself that if I get in the realm of 10 or more per month, I'm going to consider raising the price. So I do believe that you will not get a better price than that at my experience level. I already got one booked for March, and we'll call them out in a few more of my kind of professional videos moving forward. So we'll see where this ends up, and prices may go up depending on demand. I've also gathered some feedback from those who did a call with me so I can make sure to just make them as valuable as I can in the future, because people have different needs. Some want more organization and structure in the call. Some want more casual, free-flow conversation. Some want the full hour. Some are fine with shorter calls. And I'm fine with any of these preferences. And I was happy to get some good feedback and some good reviews on these as well. So my goal moving forward is to just hone in on these more, make them a little better, a little more organized, more valuable, and just get better with each call that I do. And just a side note too, like I've always hated asking people for money, but just as YouTube grows and as I take on other ventures, like I got to charge for my time. I will say I've been, very generous giving out content for free. Like you don't need to pay to see my videos, and I do give away a lot of knowledge on investing and finance. And in the early days of my YouTube journey, I would take some more calls for free, but this just ended quickly because I was burning out. And honestly, if you don't charge, like people don't respect your time as much. Like they show up late, they skip it entirely. It's amazing. Once you introduce paying, people take it seriously, and I take it much more seriously. My emails and comments are always open if you have a question or need to reach out, but if it becomes like too much back and forth or the topic's very in-depth, like especially software engineering or career finance related, I'm likely going to point you in the direction of a paid call, since I just can't say yes to everyone, and plus you'll just get much more out of me in that case. So I hope you understand that I got to do that. Don't get mad at me for plugging these in my videos occasionally. I'm never going to be spammy, but definitely a once in a while thing. And if you want to offer something like this for your channel, like by all means, go ahead. Like the only thing you need a skill set people will pay for. Like for me, I was a senior software engineer, I've conducted interviews, I've grown social media to success a few times in my life now, done well financially and in corporate career. So hoping to add business success to that list as well. So if you have a specific skill set that you could help others, this could be something you could try. So without shame, that call link is below in the description if you have a problem that you believe I could help with. These calls also made me rethink how YouTube RPM works. So gaming RPM is very low for most of us, including myself, usually falling in like the $2 to $3 range per 1,000 views. So if you want to make money off of this alone, you're going to need millions of views almost per month to just live off of that. And that's very difficult, but you can approach it differently. So I made a video about landing a job in a tough climate, and I've experienced as an interviewer. I've also gotten many jobs in my life in a variety of fields. So I thought it was an appropriate time to just plug my calls in the middle of the video at just a field where I felt like I could help out. So that video got about 5,000 views and about a 332 RPM, which to be honest, that's like pretty high for me, but low overall, right? Like I'm not going to be making much doing that. I got $16 in AdSense, nothing to write home about. But after posting that, I booked 2 consult calls that day, and a few more possibly were booked relating to that video. So assuming that I booked 2 or 3 calls off that video, my RPM was actually about 22 or 23, which now that you see that, that's much better. So this helped me to really think of YouTube differently when it comes to advertising products or your own offerings, because there are ways to boost your RPM if you ever want to sell products on YouTube, or if someone else wants to advertise on your channel as well. Like never charge based on the RPM you get. Then we go to software, the higher earning skill set that I wanted to get back into. So there's a lot to unpack here as well. Obviously, I've had software engineering jobs most of my professional career, but I really want to see if I can do this on my own. So I've been experiencing with Upwork. And for those who don't know, Upwork's just a platform for freelancers to connect with people needing project-based work. And on this platform, reputation is extremely important. I've really broken down Upwork, and I can make a more in-depth video on this, but as a new guy on Upwork, I have a few observations. There are plenty of freelance jobs, but they're hard to get. And I have lots of experience in my industry, but I have zero Upwork credibility. I have no ratings or reviews. So this is a challenge for people. I need people to trust me. So my strategy was to put a video on my profile to give me some personality and then talk about my professional experience. Last month, I was able to land my first client completely from scratch on Upwork, and I'm very excited about that because it seems like you have to earn credibility here through smaller projects and good ratings, and you can't land the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 deals and contracts right away. So I don't expect to earn much from Upwork yet, but I'm happy to begin building already and earn the right to charge higher rates over time. So again, I'm playing the long game. The other software client I got, and I'm going to get some hate, is someone in my extended family, is a tutor and wants to get her business online. So she's happy to pay me to help her become more digital, set up a website, set up a way for people to pay her, etc. I took her up on that as I just know that's important for her business. So I got 2 projects, 2 clients for not that much pay just to get some freelance credibility and portfolio work that I could show off for future clients. I'm not sure the longevity of both these projects, but I do have clients now and they will get my attention. I also might try to work LinkedIn, see if I can land any bigger contracts, which is easier said than done. But I got a client just by using the limited free connects that Upwork gives, so I might see if buying any more connects makes sense or if I can just continue using the ones they give me. So between these projects, the total earnings, and for me, this is money in my bank account. Like I have some in escrow that'll be counted towards next month, and I'm not counting anything until I am paid. For February, I was paid $151 in my time and software infrastructure fees. So didn't do too much work, just kind of work to get the clients. Hoping this is at least $500 plus next month. I also would like to add another client if I can. I also want to spend a little bit of time rebuilding my portfolio website, which is going to be free work, but could result in more clients for me long term. So I just want to briefly summarize some of my other income streams. I had a buy me a coffee link, and I ended up getting about $30 in donations from there. Very thankful for those. I decided to just withdraw and close the buy me a coffee link because I just want to avoid too many links on my page. I want to focus on my other things. So if people want to donate, much appreciated on the, just in the YouTube comments. And I do appreciate very much those who did give to me on Buy Me a Coffee. Also, I do a little bit of writing on medium.com. I literally made $3 last month, so nothing to write home about. Just documentation and more tech focused, very minimal. So given that I had all of these income streams, this comes out to a grand total of $1,390, which is over $3,600 short of my goal. So am I failing? Am I wasting my time? See, it's tough to see that you're this far below the goal, but I do keep telling myself I'm only 4 months into it and I'm making a little bit of progress each month, adding an income stream here, getting more clients here. And I'm more than happy to be eating dirt for a while because this is what it takes. And I'm going to be honest, I did have some darker moments this month. Like the reality of what I'm doing and the decisions I've made is definitely setting in, and it was a bad month in many aspects. Definitely a lower point in my journey. This journey I'm on, it's been difficult. Like my dreams are being tested, and if this is what I want my life to be, like the dues must be paid now. It's tougher, and I'm making way less and arguably working way harder. I'm definitely at a crossroads right now in terms of my income right now and in terms of where to put my effort. So like before, YouTube was the obvious choice, and I felt like I just couldn't miss. Whenever I made a video, I was getting very high viewership and lots of subs with each upload, but that's not the case anymore. It's just getting harder and harder. So maybe this hasn't gone as planned so far, and this hits hard, especially on days when you uploaded like a video you put your all into, and it just doesn't do as well. So despite the bad month, I'm still staying afloat, and I had some positives that keep me going. Even despite the low viewership, I was able to still book a nice amount of calls and book some software clients, and if this happens during a bad month, imagine what happens during a good month. So it's these moments that really test you. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Because this is the cost. You really want to quit your job? You really want this for yourself? This is what it takes. I'm grinding. If I can pull this off, you can too. So let's talk about some of my goals for March. I think I should be able to get my income to $2,000 this month. That's my goal. I think it'll be a high dividend month. I could get, maybe another software client and do well in my software part. Hoping to get at least 500 on YouTube and 250 in console calls, and those are all very big variables, so we'll see. But who knows where this will take me. I hope to emerge victorious and stronger on the other side. If you made it this far, Thank you for riding with me and being one of the real ones. And if you've made it to this exact point in the video, please send me an email, and I have a little gift for you as a token of my appreciation. Really appreciate you guys for taking the time and allowing me to be part of your day. Don't want to let you down. Good luck, gentlemen. We're going to need it.